Hello, it's Chris here. This video is a review of this Onewind Equinox Down Underquilt, and this bad boy is rated down to -17 degrees Celsius. And I want to mention that nobody is paying me to say anything about this product. These are all my own thoughts about it. If I don't like something, I will tell, and definitely I will tell everything I like about it. At the moment temperature is -11.5 degrees Celsius, but temperature will be dropping, that's for sure. Since this is down underquilt, it's very compact. It has these compression straps, so basically you can compress it much smaller like this. And it's lightweight too. And for this setup I'm going to use this Onewind Airy 11-foot double hammock with this Onewind billow tarp on the top. And for this test I'm not going to use the windsock or underquilt protector because I want to see how this performs just with the tarp on the top. So let's set up it and meet you there. Peace! Look, there's a beautiful moon. Actually, it's very amazing over here. I cannot show you that on this camera. The moonlight is illuminated the forest and the frozen lake very beautifully. I will quickly show you my setup, but don't worry, I will show it tomorrow in the daytime too. This will be like a quick look. So this is Onewind Equinox -17 degrees Celsius underquilt. It has a baffle over here for trapping more heat inside. It also has adjusters on the corners, one here on the bottom, so it holds on the 3 bungee cords on each side. Of course you can cinch the ends, and also here in the middle from both sides. And like I said, I'm going to use Onewind Airy double hammock 11-foot. Look how epic. There's the moon and here is the hammock. Wow, nice one. Good angle. Okay, so like I mentioned before, this time I'm not going to use any underquilt protector and also no windsock. So it will be like this with the tarp on the top and of course with the sleeping bags. So I'm going to use this Snackpack Sleeper Expedition sleeping bag with a comfort limit of -12 degrees Celsius. But I believe tonight temperature could go even lower, so that's why I will combine it with this Onewind top quilt with a comfort rating of 2 degrees Celsius. So that's going to be my insulation from the top. Something like this. So from the inside will be sleeping bag and top quilt from the top. Peace! Okay, it's time to get inside shelter. I placed my tarp as low as possible. Also, I've used some screws because ground is very hard. Is that fox or dog barking over there? So I think it's time to get inside my shelter and see you there. Peace. That was dog barking. That dog went past me into the forest. He was lost. He was afraid. I was talking with him, but he was barking and running away. I hope he will find his home. It could be just a local dog from the local houses around. So this is very late camping. Yeah, at home I couldn't sleep. Then I went to kitchen, drink some water, and checked the temperature, and was surprised. And also it was minus 6.5 degrees Celsius, and the weather forecast said it should be around minus 12 degrees Celsius. So yeah, so that's why I'm here. And tomorrow I need to go back to work. So not much hours to sleep, but till 8 o'clock I can sleep. Yeah, so I have 4 hours for sleeping. And I'm also going to use this Onewind pillow, and I'm going to use it under my knees, because for my head I'm going to use my jacket. So I have 3 hours to sleep. Yeah, because tomorrow I need to go to work. I changed to my thin base layer with a fleece jacket, and I added this fleece ninja mask. And if needed, I will put second layer on my face. I'm going to use this Snackpack Sleeper Expedition sleeping bag, and from the top I'm going to use this Onewind top quilt. So at the moment temperature is minus 11.65 degrees Celsius and humidity is 78.54%. Okay then, see you tomorrow. Good night. Good morning, good morning. Wow, this was really cold night. Look at this ice buildup. Okay, I will get dressed and meet you outside. Peace. Basically, I was cold and I know why now. I tried to tune my underquilt at nighttime, but now I see I actually need to change these shock cords to 4mm ones for stronger ones. You see that gap? I should tune my underquilt closer like this. I actually cinched it up very hard over here, but still it sags. So I didn't felt any heat loss from the underquilt. I felt that the cold air is coming in from the ends. Front end seems okay. So now in the daytime I will tune it properly and it will be okay for the next time. I need to act fast. Temperature is still around minus 10 degrees Celsius. But yeah, it's getting warmer. Of course, my favorite gloves, these Norfin. Okay. Good morning. Beautiful morning. Wow. I didn't sleep this night. Maybe few minutes here and there because I was cold. And that's not because of this underquilt. That's because I was on a hurry. I set up everything fast. It was very cold. So, in other words, I didn't tune my underquilt properly. But that's okay, it's first time, you know. You get your new gear, you learn from it. Actually, it was the same for my homemade underquilts. I believe I tuned them maybe 2 or 3 first times. I was tuning them till I get them perfect. All the time was something, too big gaps, not too close. Maybe ends of the underquilt are cinched too hard or too loose. You need to get too used to your gear. So this is my first underquilt made from down. It's very light and I thought I tuned it properly. I even get up once at the night time and I cinched main shock cords on the both ends, but still there was a big gap on the feet end. So that's why my feet were cold and I felt cold. Because I thought maybe I'm not laying on underquilt, maybe I had slide to my underquilt to the feet end, because at the moment this hammock is not really on angle, maybe a little bit. It's set up almost horizontally. So that's the one more reason I like hammocks to set up on angle, because you are sliding inside your sweet spot. You cannot miss your underquilt. I had that problem in the past when the hammock is set up horizontally and I woke up in the morning and I'm realizing that my feet are way over my underquilt, so I changed my position by sliding somewhere. But in this case, maybe that was also the case, but as I saw in the morning, my feet end wasn't tuned properly. Yeah. But now in the daytime, I will tune it. So next time, I will be ready. But don't get me wrong, I didn't felt any heat loss through the underquilt. It was nice, toasty, warm, but I felt that cold air coming from somewhere. I definitely felt my feet cold, but from the head side, maybe everything was okay. So this underquilt definitely is monster. I will tune it properly and will test it next time, and I hope next time temperature will be close to minus 17. At the moment temperature is minus 8.08 degrees Celsius and humidity is 77.1%. Let me check the lowest temperature this night. Wow. So the lowest temperature was minus 12.71 degrees Celsius, so almost minus 13. Wow, that's good. I like it. And the maximum humidity was 82.79%. Okay, I will take the tarp off and I will show you that underquilt in a close-up. So see you later. Peace! very nice and easy to use is to use thermoses. This was quick camp for me, so it is nice solution. No need for cooking, spending time for that, just open and drink. It was very good that I used these screws for staking down my tarp, because ground is super hard. So these are simple screws from Home Depot. These are wooden screws. Also, get yourself tool like this. It is very easy to use then. Look how hard. There is no way I could use basic tent stakes. Look, oh my god, super hard. Cheers. Nice morning tea. This one is Earl Grey with the lemon peels. Wow. As you can see, here is this gap. I was laying like this and it's still gap over here. So Joe! Ah! Oh my god. Mia, Joe. Ah, my girl. Okay, I'm really running out of time. So, you see this gap? That was my problem. I should cinch these main paracords much stronger, like this. I'll show you something like this. You see? It is already much better. So, why I didn't do that yesterday? Okay, it was really cold and it was really late. So, something like this. So it is much better now. As you can see, those baffles now almost closing up the gap. So, on the front end, actually everything was fine. Problem last night was feet end. I cinched these on maximum. So now it's set up properly. But as you know, my opinion from other videos is very good idea to use your underquilt together with underquilt protector, because even in situation like it was last night, if I had my underquilt protector, it would close all gap over there. It would be much better, maybe even perfectly fine. So, but I wanted to try this time without anything added extra. So also next time I will do the same, because I want to see, is it okay to use it down to minus 17 degrees Celsius without anything extra. Just a tarp and some sleeping bag inside. No protectors, no windsock. But in my opinion, all these shock cords are too weak. Actually, they're almost maxing out now. Here is maximum, see? That's it. So that's not good. In my opinion, there should be a little bit bigger diameter shock cords, maybe 4 mm. So I'm going to change these definitely. Let's talk about this underquilt real quick. As you can see, it has these connection buttons all the way across the sides, on the both sides. So basically you can attach second layer. It could be second underquilt like this, or you can use, for example, Onewind camping blanket, synthetic one. So that way you can upgrade your underquilt to be used in even lower temperatures. So it has cinch in the middle. This is very nice. You can tune it from the inside of your hammock. I've done that yesterday, but I reached some maximum. See, I'm not even pressing. It's getting loose. Of course, I could tie some knot here to not let it get loose. But yeah, yesterday was very hard. It was super cold. And yesterday I was sleeping at home. I couldn't fall asleep. I went to my kitchen, then I saw the temperature outside. So it was quick decision to come here. And I only get inside this hammock about 5 a.m. Yeah. And 20 minutes past 8, I needed to wake up. Okay. Also, this underquilt is connected with the 3 main shock cords on each side. You can cinch them up like this, and by pressing this knob, you can release the tension. Okay? Very easy to use. Of course, you can cinch these ends, one from the one side, another one from the other. And the really good feature of this underquilt, it has this baffle. Wow, I love it. But like I said, good idea is to use underquilt protector always. Doesn't matter is it winter or summer. Oh, nice hot morning tea. Amazing. Also yesterday you saw it fits inside this stuff sack and you can compress it quite small, so because it's down underquilt it's lightweight and compact. Also I very love this color. Wow. Also the fabric is very smooth and super lightweight. So this thing is ultra light. Underquilt weighs around 1 kilogram and you can use it down to minus 17 degrees Celsius. If comparing to my synthetic underquilts, to use them in those temperatures, I need to bring 2 layers. Yeah, so it would be heavier, so more bulk, more weight. Yeah, so wow. So from now, this underquilt is go-to for me for winter. And now, most important part. Would I recommend this product to anybody? Definitely yes. Wow, it's amazing. I just love it. And I'm not exaggerating. Those are my true feelings. Even after sleepless night in minus 13 degrees Celsius. That was my fault. I didn't tune it properly. So if you have new product, maybe tune it at home. Maybe go outside to local park, tune it. Maybe you have some hooks at your garage. You can hang hammock there. So tune it before you go somewhere. Yeah. Especially in extreme temperatures because it's so cold. It's so hard to do anything. Yeah, but for me, I'm enthusiastic about hammocks and camping in general, especially for winter camping. Even after sleepless night, I'm still smiling. And now I need to go to work. Yeah, when I get to work, I will drink some coffee, maybe double coffee, I think. And I want to mention that nobody is paying me to say anything about this product. These are all my own thoughts about it. If I don't like something, I will tell. And definitely, I will tell everything I love about it. This is the same lake I was sleeping inside the BV bag. Okay guys, that's it for this video. I hope you learned something. Maybe it was entertaining. As usual, stay safe, leave no trace, be good to other people and get out to the nature. So see you on the next one. Peace.